Yo, 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 what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today I got another hot one for you. We're going to be taking a look in, well, I guess again, Forgotten Lands here in SS1, where we have Forbidden, who has dropped the Monster Bomb CF deeper in enemy territory. So you may remember, as you see them here, they previously were right here. Right? And you can see that they still have their Alliance Fortress that was built. But, and again, they've been coming slowly down. So it's not as though they're that far away when you consider that, you know, they're basically, oops, hang on. I probably didn't recognize the click. But if you look here, right, you'll see Forbidden. And they have a territory here. It doesn't look like, however, that they are continuing the build. It looks like they're trying to get rid of this fort, this Alliance fort. Alliance Tower here from APK that's been built, and now they're trying, it seems like, to try and get this new core fortress out, which is right in the middle of APK's territory and UNT's territory, right? So a little deeper, not as though they kind of YOLO'd it and went down here, but I do think that this will give them a little bit more forward opportunity, along with NT45. Hopefully that doesn't mess up anything on their placement where they'll still be able to build south. And we're going to show you some of the fighting, but as always, before we get started, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell, and if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment description right down below, down there. And then always remember, we got new videos coming out every day at 14 UTC, which is, what is it, 9 a.m. Eastern time in-game? Or outside of game for me on my time zone? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take a gander. So yeah, it's been constant fighting, and I have missed, unfortunately, a lot of the big fights that have been going on so far. You can see here though that Forbidden has now got pushed back. Right, you can see PoS, you got GoK, APK, UNT. Right, you got 4 alliances here that I can see. And again, this is probably going to go down, right? They got 23 minutes, but and like I said, there was a huge battle that was going on, like what, an hour and a half, I think, ago. So I definitely felt bad that I wasn't able to get some of it. Let me see here. Yeah, see, then you even have some more UNT players that are here. I don't know if, oh wow, never mind. I guess they're kind of slowly maybe coming back and doing a little bit of a charge up here. Let's see what's happening. Oh, I see. It's because, man, this is the thing. Leave the giant alone, bro. Why are you guys messing with the giant? Just walk away from the giant, right? Then you just have one person aggro pull, and then everyone else walk away. I mean, because you have enough people. If you look at everyone, man, I mean, there could be another big fight if everyone just leaves the giant, man. Just don't worry about the giant, right? That's the biggest thing. And this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, where... I wish there was a little more coordination. This is pretty cool, though. I mean, obviously, we're still going to be able to see some fights, which I'm really happy about here. And it looks like they're going to be able to continue it happening if everyone was to get down there. And you can kind of see, like, the pushback, right, with everyone kind of lining up. And now you see a little bit of kiting going back here on the right side. Maybe there will be a re-disengage, and then you have really UNT, who do we got, GoK, APK, right, again, all fighting it out. And then you got Solo and Anatolian. I mean, I think pretty spot on to that person's name. I don't really know why they're, you know, kind of YOLOing all the way through here. Like, if you're going to do something like this, then you want to do it when everyone is pushing, right? You don't want to go in there as a solo when you don't have damage on the front line to compensate for that, right? Because the idea is that when you're doing that, it's almost kind of like you're acting like a CC disruptor. And when you go in behind the line and then you're drawing everyone's fire, that's taking their attention away from the front line. Then you can go ahead and kind of pick off one by one on your front line. And this is the thing, right? You got 4 BDN, I think we had TA, 4 BN1, NT45. So you have, you know, 4 alliances here, right, versus another 4. I mean, the fight could be good. It's just organize yourselves, right? That's the most important thing. Like here, this is a good example. You got guys over here, pick off Terry, right? Have everyone hit him, and then the moment that he drops behind the kind of 50-yard line or the offsides line, then you disengage. Then you go and find a new target, right? Now your target should be this person, right? Because this person is the most, or whoever this is. Whoever is this? Kazi, right? Because they're the most overextended. Then you transition, right? So the example is then you go like this, and you curve back, and then you have everyone hit Konki, right? And you're always trying to hit whoever is the most overextended, or you create favorable scenarios and matchups for yourself. Right now, yeah, sure, having just the kind of full-blown war is cool, but they just don't have enough. I just don't know if they have enough people here. Like, you got others that are just over here fighting this giant, or right? Okay, so the Giant's done, and you got all these players that are just chilling here, right? I mean, think about that, man. You could really have a good fight, a good engaging fight, if you bring everyone down. Then you're looking at something a little bit more ideal. I mean, again, don't get me wrong, right? The fights are still great. Like what we're seeing a lot of Walders, some Nikas, we got some Elianas, we got some Madeline's front line, some Emmer's front line, and it looks like. I wonder if the Eliana and all the Walders, I feel like it's just opposite, right? Like you're either running Walder or Lilia, maybe you're running Lilia Walder, right? Like, yeah, right there, right? You see this Forbidden guy who's at B, he ran Walder Lilia. That one right there was Lilia Walder, right? So you're seeing that kind of used in combination. I imagine it's because if you don't have Lilia maxed yet or close to max skill, then it's probably easier for you to run a Walder primary and then Lilia if maybe you just have the first skill max because you're still getting good value out of her. Right, and you can kind of tell which ones in that regard are more of either like light spenders or the free-to-plays, and then the ones who are possibly running Lilia Maxed are more likely the spenders, right? Oh, look at that. We've got a time bomb being thrown down there. Ooh, that AoE is sick because they're just walking in and not even trying to disperse or avoid it. Oh my gosh, and the time bomb is moving with them. Look at that. That at least hit, gosh, I mean, well, at least they should say max legions on that. That was nice. Okay, so now we're doing a little backup. Ooh, I wonder if that was the, I'm forgetting what that one is called for that artifact use. Oh gosh, I wish I could look that up real quick, but I feel like if I start going in and clicking in stuff, I mean, man, the fight is dope though, man. Also, see now, this is cool. So we're backing up now. Now we're gonna get some more players coming into the fight. Honestly, man, hopefully all of these. So okay, so more people are starting to engage now. This could actually be pretty cool. You know, what'd be dope is if they had some ranged here, like some mages on the tree line, just hitting on the chokes. This is massive though, man. Bananas! What is happening? All right, so let's see. Looks like we got. Ooh, what's that? Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of this one too. It's the poison one. You know, and I bet you when I hear the name, I'm just immediately gonna know. I bet you I could look at it if I see the skill name, right? Ooh, the nice frost barrier getting played down. So I'll say this, man. The cool thing about frost barrier that I like is, and this is something that is, I guess you can use this tactfully if you're thinking about like, I would actually use frost barrier more on tanks, so to speak. Just because the likelihood of that your tank is going to have someone use a skill shot on them or an artifact skill is pretty high. So basically hitting Frost Barrier shortly after a fight engages is really good timing because you can pop Frost Barrier right when you start seeing a lot of the skills being used, and it'll essentially just negate all those. It blocks all that. So you can use it as a way to pretty much counter like the first skill usages that are coming out like right before a fight engages, or if you have it timed out and you see that, and I say that because before a fight engages, everyone's artifact skill is up, or just a matter of generating enough rage to go ahead and hit it. And then obviously going back and doing the same thing. So, you know, it's just a higher chance that your Frost Barrier will click. Excuse me, I should say. Or be able to negate that. Oh, dude, did Bumblebee just use the? Oh man, what's the one that cloaks you? It's Oh my god, I'm gonna find this. Right, where's the cloak? Cloak of Sheath, right? It's where it reducing march speeds. Yeah, it was that Cloak of Stealth. I think that was it. The one that he used there. Man, that was pretty cool. Yeah, at least it looked like it. I mean, unless I'm crazy. Ooh, I think that was that Sacred Shield that just went down. Nice, and I believe that's the artifact where it allows for you to have, I think it's about 4 to 5 legions that will get that kind of yellowish golden shield around them that just does damage absorption. So really nice. Another time bomb being thrown down here too as well. This is the thing, dude, when the time bomb is there, is you don't want to be near other units, right? Like, look at that. That guy, Warlock, just took, or sorry, who was that? Gridlock, right, just took a bunch of unnecessary damage. That might have been a Shadow Games being thrown down there. Typically when you see, like, multiple consecutive purples being thrown, and you see, like, the, oh god, what is it, like the machine gun, you know, energy blasts. Ooh, that was pretty cool. That one there. Look, another Sacred Shield. Shadow Games, there you go. Shadow Games being thrown out here from Bakunawa. That actually would have, I think, well-timed because it looked like it did hit multiple people. Acid Breath, there it is. So Acid Breath just got thrown down there on Bakunawa. You saw that coming over here from the east side. And that's kind of a damage over time poison-like effect. So it's very similar to Guanwin's Force skill where, or sorry, I think it's the additional there where you're getting the kind of damage over time poison. It's essentially similar to that, right? Interesting. So we got some Madeline's here, some Waldeers. I got an Alwyn right there. Nico's coming in for 45. Dude, now the fight is getting saucy. Saucy, man. There's so many more people that are coming in. You got a lot more reinforcements now from NT45 and 4BN1. Wow, man. I mean, this is interesting. I mean, they might be pushing this back to the fort. This is pretty cool. Bumblebee rocking the Garwood. I wonder who they're doing. Let's check it out. They're getting close. So here's where the fort is, right? A bunch of people are here at the fort. How close are they where this fight is happening? Dude, it is getting closer. They are pushing in right now. That's not too far away, man. And if they can get and make it all the way to the fort, they actually would have an opportunity to go ahead and get all those free kills. Oh, I like this, man. Black Gen kind of taking the high ground there with the air unit, trying to get some of that cliff elevated action. So this is one thing I want to point out, and I'd love if they eventually add something like this in. I'm a big fan of, if you're attacking someone from a cliff or some type of elevated range, I'm a big believer that you have to have some type of advantage, right? Like the higher you go, the farther out you can shoot. Now, I don't think the advantage should be overwhelming, but even if it's something like a 10% type ranged adjustment, that to me would be really cool. I think that would actually be awesome to see because it's not overpowering and you can still potentially counter. All right, here we go, man. We are finally back. Still checking out this crazy action that is just bonanzas right now. And I mean, this feels like the second wave right now, the second coming to just a bunch of dope PvP. Got to get that agua, refresh the lungs. Okay. So I like how it's kind of like 4BDN on this side, NT45 over here, or I guess maybe what feels to be a mix. See, part of me feels in these situations, if we're talking like meta type on-field fighting, when you have multiple alliances, sometimes it can be good to have kind of separated areas where you have like one alliance fighting on this side, another alliance fighting on this side, because if everyone from your alliance is in voice, as an example, that's on the field, you can coordinate a lot better, right? So if you're doing mix and matching, you might not be able to kind of single target focus, transition shift. If you need to swap focus, a lot easier, right? Or if you need to do it at all, it's easier done when you can coordinate with everyone in call, right, rather than the other way. So yeah, man, we'll see what's happening here. I like the single target focus there in gray, man, at least from a few it felt like. And then now you have a few more players that are pushing up, like in this situation, right? Go ahead and kill this APK Cav guy, put as much damage in as you can there, switch maybe over to Bakanawa. I really like this, how it feels as though Forbidden and NT45, or at least for this one moment here, it really felt like they were backing up, staying at max range, and then re-engaging, so that way they're not taking additional damage from these players, which basically is allowing for them to kind of put the first out. And that actually is almost what it feels like right now. And if so, I mean, dude, dope. I mean, that's kind of almost a near perfect example of what I'm talking about on how to stay at max range when you're engaging, and then you disengage when you're getting pushed, or if they're not pushing, then you push to engage on the first hit. Same thing here, right? Like, go ahead and just take out Bakanawa's single unit here on that front. Almost feels like a few of the guys over here on this side might be doing a little bit of that as well. Uh-oh, there's my boy Meat Doctor there from TA, dude, just going YOLO with the Garwood, man. And here, like, a good example, if no one's there to back you up, don't go in there because you're just taking free damage for no reason, right? Where if you're in there, you have to make sure that you have enough people behind you that are also damage dealing. It's the same thing. I mean, this is kind of like the League of Legends type example where, you're not charging in with your tank to tank and CC, right? You are like by yourself. You're doing it because you have your AD carries, your damage dealers behind you, so that way when you engage, you're getting kind of max damage output instead of it just being more singular focused or isolated where you're the only one doing damage. So like in this example, right, Meat Doctor going in there by himself, there really wasn't any value there, right? Because there wasn't enough people behind him to be damage outputting, so that way him drawing fire would have been beneficial, right? You'd want maybe 10, 15, 20 people behind him, so that way the moment he engages, they're already attacking or they're just about to attack, so that way it's basically the tank support or the tank sustain pulling more of that CC and the artifact skill usage on them. Same thing here with like Grammy, right? I don't know. I feel like maybe wait a little bit here in this case, unless maybe we're just seeing UNT kind of doing a good job of, hey, the tank's going in, they're pulling back. It looks like they did a little bit of that right there and trying to maintain something. And you can see this, right? Like as they're moving up, they're moving back. So you're actually seeing, I would argue, some nice tactics here, which is really nice to see. Man, I'm a big fan of anyone that employs a level of strategy. I don't know if this might have been the best place. So to me, it almost feels like the Cav really has to kind of stay on the perimeter. And part of that, I think you're seeing that. Oh, dude, I like this. Look at this flank right here from 4BN1 and NT45 from these two players. Is he trying to do like the RSS hop? That's kind of attempting to happen. But I like how they're going wide here, even with these guys. And I wonder if they're just trying to pick off, like, why not go wide and try and pick off Storm or something like that with your Cav just to see if you can get something going. But yeah, man, dude, a decent push right now. We got Nightmare, and you can see this, man. I really like how everyone's kind of moving in unison. Now, I want to point out, I can't say definitively, right, if are they moving in unison because they're all in voice, or is it more of, okay, hey, we're getting pushed on, we just need to run away, right? It's just kind of the simple view of that. However, again, man, the fights are great, and they're getting that much closer to the fort. Where is it? Right here, right? So there's the fort. I mean, they're not too far away. That's like, what, 3-4 screens? I mean, again, so in this situation, right, you can make the argument maybe it's better for us, right, instead of them pushing out really deep here, you can see UNT and them are kind of reorganizing. Don't overextend. You don't want to take unnecessary damage for no reason. If this is where the bulk of your troops, I like this too as well, how they're starting to get this nice single target fire going on over here on Storm Banshee and Kevin. Dude, this is great. This is a great heads up play where they're noticing the overextended players on the other team, and they're just going for them to try and output and do a little bit of damage. Hopefully they don't overextend themselves. Same thing here, right, with these guys, right? Just kind of hit the ones that are on the farthest reach so you're not kind of engaging the entirety of the bulk army. I really liked that play there. It seemed to be that it was a heads-up play, so that was really nice to see. Same thing here, right? Don't overextend. Just all start jamming out Nightmare, right? Just, again, you know, no one's even near you to really take any additional damage, maybe with the exception of anyone pushes up over here, but look at this free unit. Just go ahead and kill Kick Wing, right? And then bam, you're Gucci. I mean, look at that. Look how fast that died when you have the single target focus. That's what I'm talking about there, right? Really good use of that. And dude, they're just pushing up like a swarm right now. And you have a lot of reinforcements that are coming as well. That's cool. I wish some of the AFK guys would, you know, but again, sometimes it can happen, right? Who knows? Maybe they just lost internet connection, or, you know, lady told them they had to go put their laundry away like me. So, you know, things happen. All right, man, dude, they're getting really close right now to this fort. We're gonna have to see. There's gonna be a big fight here shortly. The one thing I will say is, dude, do not get lost in the sauce of thinking that because you're pushing and they're running away, that you are going to be in a good position. You always have to look ahead and see that, okay, hey, there's a big group of them here. They may just turn and engage. So as you're pushing, you have to be cognizant of that. And then also, I like this, right, where it looks like kind of going in this direction of we're going to go ahead. And this has been like a nice little group here. Who's this? Kaliski, Maharlinka, Gonza, Nick, Karat, Solo, Baby Queen. I got to give you guys a shout out because to me, it really seems like you're working in unison on voice. I don't know if you are or not, but that's kind of the visual that's giving me. And I really love the single target firing. I mean, that to me is, you know, one of the best ways to really do it. Man, yo, dude, they're getting close, man. They're getting close. NT45, you got another nice little group coming up. I don't know why these guys are running away, however, but again, this has been nice to see, and they're kind of pushing here on the corner. I really like how it also feels as though we're getting some nice transitions. Oh, dude, wow, Nightmare just going YOLO in here with the Madeline. You got Perts, a few others. I don't know if this is just cause, ooh, hey, my buddy Easy Peasy, thanks for the shout out, baby. Some of the guys here, man, I know some people reached out that I'm noticing some names. There's so many people on my screen right now. Man, dude, oh my God, are they just going in right now and just killing all the builders here? I think there was a time bomb that was just thrown down there on one of them for the UNT members. Wow, dude, they were able to get the fort. That is bananas. So that means, oh my gosh, what is happening, dude? Oh, dude, and they dropped a flag. Look at this, man. They dropped the flag after they ended up getting the CF just so they could not rebuild in that same spot. Dude, now the counter push is coming here from PoS, UNT, APK, GoK. Wow. And that's what I was saying. You got to be careful, you know, when you're pushing that deep, you also have to make sure that even if you're doing well and you're kind of picking off one-on-ones, if they have more troops than you do, all they have to do is just do a heavy counter push. And if you don't have the numbers advantage, then they're not going to kind of stalemate out where it's your side, their side, and you're kind of just almost playing the range game, and then maybe the pick and poke, where you'll send in a cav or an infantry legion or two here and there, right? Because now you can see they don't have numbers advantage. So let me tell you, when this is happening, right, and you're getting pushed in or counter pushed now. As you see TA for 4BDN, 4BN1, and NT45 are, now what you do is you retreat to an area, right? So you would say, if we have all these people building this flag, then you retreat to this area. This is your next kind of holding stage. So instead of you having people run all the way into the fight and basically possibly get hit, you recoup here at staging areas, right? So if it's 50, 100 meters back, however much, right, or miles back, then that's what you do, right? You regroup, and then you go ahead and do your counter push, right? Or you kind of do your standstill. So in my recommendation, I wouldn't even have these players fighting. I would run everyone back to that group, and then once you have everyone there, then you counter push. Why? Because you're going to take less overall losses, and you're going to increase your chances of being able to push out. Dude, I love Kakashi up here on the ranged, just doing work on the retreating, right? Almost as though it looked like he might have set up there, just in the possibility of them coming through. I really like that, even though it was probably just a little bit of damage. The fact that it was done, I like. Now, again, who knows if it's worth him running all the way back, because depending on how this goes, there might be another. I mean, they have enough people here to where they can kind of refight this. Again, we'll see how it happens. I mean, you have good momentum here from the Southern Legions, and it doesn't seem like they have an overwhelming amount of reinforcements that are coming in, even some. But I actually think this could be a nice little holding ground position here. I mean, again, they have enough to fight this, and you see more units and troops are coming in. So this is something that they could do. We'll have to see how this plays out. I hope they do. I hope they fight this and they don't just let everyone go in. You got a bunch of people that are just leaving. I don't really understand why. But this is my thing, right? This is why it's important to have a level of group coordination, right? Where if you're going to have, an example, if you're going to have two or more alliances that are going to fight with their players, then what you need to do is either you set up, right, as an example, you either set up like a stage channel on your Discord where you can have an unlimited amount of people in there, and then you could basically provide presenters, right? You basically like upgrade hosts. Oh, dude, I love the giant bear summon here for NT45. All right, but what you do is you make hosts as an example, right? And then you basically have one rep from each alliance there, and then instead of everyone talking over each other, you're just kind of calling out engagements, right? Or what you do is you speak with everyone beforehand, and you kind of talk about the game plan and what your contingencies are, and then you have individual voice channels where you have them for each alliance, or you do your own separate ones, but you coordinate between the alliances and maybe just like a real-time live chat where you have the kind of online field commanders that are there. There's really a few ways that you can go about doing it. However, that to me is really what I would love to see as kind of the next level approach for what may be happening, going forward. When it comes to, what type of, deeper coordination can be done. Nice acid breath being thrown down there. Counter acid breath being thrown down. Nice. So, it looks like maybe they're going to hold this off. I mean, they probably could have done this easier if more people just didn't run away, And again, maybe some of them are low, but some of them were full health, and they were just going out. Oh, I like the quick build activation that you ended up seeing there. Oh, look, the bear's finally going to try and get in some action. Interesting. So they could do a few things here. They could pull back and see if the bear will aggro engage into them. I don't really know if I'm Shockwave. I don't know if I would go this hard right now on wanting to fight this out. It seems a little easier. I guess it depends on really what the plan is, right? Like if everyone's going to move together, then I could actually see this being somewhat useful where he's going in through them and maybe just trying to force them to target, so that way they have to stop moving and then the remaining troops can catch up as they're pursuing. That could be something. Yeah. Oh, dude, look at this, man. I like this right here. So you got Strike. Again, I don't know if Strike should keep this up, right? Because the range is targeting, I would move out of position and then almost wait for them to pass and then hit like an infantry unit or something. Because like if you think about it, right, if you're ranging, oh dude, that was so smart. I wonder if one of the NT45 guys hit the Darkling unit, so that way it would aggro engage onto Kakashi. If so, I missed it. I'm sure maybe someone saw it on video, but my eyes just weren't there. If that was the case, dude, that was a pro level move. Like you get a 10 out of 10 for me on tactical awareness for that one. That was sick. Oh, dude, the frost barrier just delaying Tommy's hit. Maybe oh, dude, might get the escape, but he's got a slow on him. Probably not. Gonza's gonna get it. Oh, nice. Or Naga and Gonza, I guess, doubling that. And then, dude, here's a great example, right? Taking the outlier here on D-Moore, right, where you have, it looks like, what, a 6-7 on 1 that you're hitting. Again, really smart play. I'm going to have to see what's happening here because, again, I mean, they're kind of reforming. Oh, wow, Forbidden. Is this Shockwave right here? What's going on? Oh, there he is. So Shockwave's in there. I wonder what's going on. Maybe they're just not hitting for some reason. Right? I mean, again, man, if they can get all the way down here, I mean, they are getting a little bit more reinforced. So, you know, we're going to have to see how this one plays out. Dude, I want to point out, I love the back and forth, man. It has been such a pleasure to watch. And, you know, I love the fact that UNT, GoK, PoS, APK, I love their response to that fort drop. And the fact that we were able to get that on recording, that was sick. Being able to see that as they were pushing, thinking, you know, and again, I didn't even click on it to see what the destroy time was, but the fact that that happened while that push was happening from 4BDN, then they got counter pushed, now they're counter pushing. Dude, this is what the PvP is all about in Call of Dragons. This is literally kind of peak, at least at the moment, when we talk about the genre of Kingdom Builders and how good the PvP is in some games. Call of Dragons right now is setting the standard for PvP in this genre. Way better than Rock, better than State of Survival, better than Lords Mobile, just because of the simple fact that they have two things. You could make an argument 3, but I'll say just for 2. Right, the ranged play is number 1. Number 2 is being able to have on-field active artifact skill usages. And then number 3, I would say, is the ability to build things like keeps, the barricades for slowdowns, right? Those on-field, not objectives, but those on-field, I almost want to say accessories, right? But tools, we'll say that, on-field tools that you can do and structures you can place. Those things are really just adding so much strategic layering to the game that it just makes it multifaceted. And you can only sit back and appreciate, right, and respect it. Now, I love this, dude. I don't know what Shockwave is doing over here. This is interesting. Maybe there's some type of truce that they have. Maybe this player is spying. I don't know. Maybe they're just chilling. No one's hitting them. Very interesting there. Would love for someone to let me know in the comments below kind of what the deal is. Let's see what we got here. Dude, the fight. Ooh, I really like the well, I don't know if this is on purpose, but I was going to say I really kind of liked the spread. Interesting. Oh, is he getting attacked now? I can't tell. You got Shatter. Bumblebee's going in there for some action. I wonder if we're going to get some kind of flank. Ooh, I like this from Baby Queen there. Yeah, I don't know if I would engage that. I mean, this might not be... Oh, dude, look, it's Fish. Our boy Fish. All right, previous you have OWO. And now you see Queen. Like, in this case, I don't know if I would engage this with Queen. I would just keep running and just looking for more outlier troops. because you're Cav. You know, it's a little easier just to do it that way. All right. So the main force here... I like this. Oh, dude, nice. Shockwave finally taking. But, again, dude, Shockwave's just taking a lot of damage right now. Like, there's just not enough that we're close to him, I think, that we're just kind of outputting. So, I mean, that's a lot there from him, right? Time Bomb getting thrown down, exploding there on Adam. That was nice to see. Looks like they're hanging out and dealing with this level 14. Right. I really like, I mean, against the, and you can see this, right? A lot of Waldeers. You got the Lilia, Waldeer, Lilia. We got some All-Wins there. Oh, nice. We got a Guan win. Let's see what we got over here, right? Some Elianas. Eliana's just a nice kind of universal pick because you can really almost pair anyone with Liliana, just because of the overall. Same thing with Hosk, right? Hosk is a nice one. Indus is a nice one too as well, right? Those are ones that you can really kind of do a general pair. Even Garwood, right? Just because of the active heal that you're getting, right? Those heroes aren't really range dependent on their skill usage, so it's really nice to be able to see some pairings there. Most of the time, it almost feels like they're probably better secondaries. Like a good example is running Hosk secondary because you get the 15% increased damage dealt compared to running primary. So, man, but this is, oh, nice. Is that a Craig that I'm seeing there? Interesting. See the Craig getting thrown down. Oh, dude, like that. See, there you go. The Walder Lilia. Dude, wow, the Divine Mercy getting thrown down. A little bit of heals right there. Frenzy. Man, this has been awesome. Oh, nice. Look at the Nico right there. What is that, Nico with the Siege? It looks like. There, Guanwin. Similar, you got APK. I guess that's the ranged. Why did I think it was always archers? Maybe it's different for what it looked like. That might have been Wildeberg, if that was the faction. But man, dude, just still so much fighting that's going down, and then finally getting a little bit away now from the tower. Man, this has just been crazy nonstop bananas. See, and now they're getting counter pushed yet again. Man, this is so cool. I wonder if they're regrouping. They have a few more players coming in. Okay, nice little reinforcements that's coming in right here. Nice little staging area. Still some players here. I don't know why these players aren't getting back into the fight. Dude, I just want to point out that I love how Kakashi has came back, but he hasn't started hitting anyone, right? Like, I would hit Starscream. Oh, there he is. Okay. So see, oh, dude, look at that. He did the immediate 30% health drop, and he might actually get this before the skill goes back up. Oh my gosh, maybe. Dude, that is bananas. Oh my gosh. So, again, right, the skill from what you saw here with Walder, and we're just going to take a look at Starscream. Oh man, it went back, right? But so some of the skills here on the heroes, right, comes in where it basically like generates an auto 30% HP drop. Now it's supposed to last, I think, for a set period of time. So, you know, but the idea is that if you do a 30% drop and then you kill the unit before the health goes back up, which I believe it should because it's supposed to be for a set time, you could actually kill a unit sooner than you normally would, right? So really cool to kind of see that happening, man. That would have been so cool if you would have got that kill. Oh, nice. Okay, so now we're getting the counter to the counter push. It looks like maybe. Wish I had some more water. Man, really cool to see this. So again, I like some of the spread out here. This is a fort tower. Gavi Prince, okay. We'll see, man. It looks like they have a few more units out. I mean, it's somewhat close, but they're definitely getting reinforced, which is nice to see. So maybe the better play here is, you know, do a little bit of a pullback, you know, regroup here, because you're getting more players that are coming in. Dude, this fight is just going on nonstop, dude. This is bananas. Oh, dude, he's back again. You saw that, right? You saw. So you see Guanwin all win, right? And it did the 30% drop there on Air Hujan. He might get this. Oh my gosh, he did! He got one, dude. Kill it. Even when I'm just looking at HP artifacts, there's no artifact that reduces. So maybe it was just the skill damage. Maybe just both the skills procced. Then at that time, and that's why we saw the decrease there. Or maybe that unit that we saw maybe was just a lot weaker leveled than Kakashi's unit on the ridge. I mean, man, that's the only thing I can think of right now. Someone's going to have to let me know because I'm really going to have to start doing some more research on this and dig into this one a little bit more. All right, guys, with that in mind, I think I'm going to stop it here. This is a lot of footage, and I'm going to have to break this up a little bit because we're going on almost just 40 minutes of just nonstop cray action. This has been so cool to watch. I'm definitely going to try and get you guys some more a little bit later. But yeah, with that in mind, let me know what you guys think, have thought, or are thinking so far on everything you guys have seen. Man, again, so happy that I was able to get just some awesome possum PvP play today, especially because I thought I missed out on all the major action. So nice to see a second win coming, and obviously it's still going, which is crazy, but for the sake of length of the video, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here. And then hopefully I'll have this out as soon as possible, maybe sometime today. With that in mind, that is it for me. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.